All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Amazing Reading. If you are new here, come on in, give this video a thumbs up or drop an emoji down in the comment section. If you are a returning person, hopefully you have subscribed and hit that notification bell because you were the first one here. You were breaking red lights and breaking the law trying to get here to make sure that you've seen this. Because today you see the thumbnail, you see the title. Today we are going to be doing a reading on Ariana Grande and Aaron Taylor Johnson. Now, this is all alleged, all rumors, but I thought it would be an interesting reading to do because neither party, as far as I have heard, have confirmed nor denied these allegations. So I figure it would be interesting to do a reading to see if this is true, or if they are simply blowing smoke up our tail. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into this reading. We don't know if these two are just simply working on a project and that's why they were together. Um, some people are rooting for this relationship as well because if you didn't know the backstory with Aaron Taylor Johnson, he came onto the scene pretty young. I want to say from what I understand, from what I remember, I think he was either between the ages of 15 to 18 when he kind of broke into Hollywood. And on account of his current wife, who was probably like 20 something, or maybe she was in her 30s, 40s. People have accused her of grooming him and getting with him when he was very young. She had already been divorced. She had two kids, I believe, by the time. Because again, this man is still in his teens, regardless. He's in his teens. She's a grown woman, been married, divorced, with two kids, okay? And these two got together and they have been together since then. I think they have at least been together for about 15 years. So, amount, um, half of this boy's life, well, half of this man's life, because he's a man now. It's not a boy. I'm not about to fantasize him. And yeah, so some people are rooting for this because they're like, okay, if a man stealer or home wrecker, aka Ariana Grande, that's how some people like to speak of her as, if a home wrecker or whatever is going to be getting into the middle of this situation, it might as well be Aaron Taylor Johnson because somebody need to get him away from his wife. I am one of those people that's squarely in that camp because I'm like, if you're gonna break up a happy home, why not be this? Okay, so I'm gonna get into this reading. I want to see what tidbits I'm gonna get out of this. Um, yeah. So just keep in mind, this is all alleged. This is hearsay. This is a reading on a rumor. Okay, so that should let you know right there where we're going with this. So keep in mind, all statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes. And we'll get into this reading, okay? Let's see. Ooh, that was a bad shuffle. Let's try this. All right. Okay, look at there. We do have the Six of Cups coming up for Ariana Grande. Okay, I had a couple of things I wanted to flip out here that I want to note. We have the Eight of Wands coming up in reverse, the Prince of Disc in reverse. We have the Two of Disc as in blocking energy. And we also have the Princess of Swords coming up as well. Um, okay, I didn't even really start reading here. Ace of Cups. Okay, I was gonna say finally. I feel like I'm shuffling. I'm pulling hard for his cards. Ooh, we have the Nine of Cups coming up in reverse. I'm gonna have to say a no. I'm gonna have to say a no. Um, Six of Cups. Usually this is past connections, past memories. It could be a little bit of energy of kind of like maybe respect and things like that there. Maybe some sort of like I think of puppy love or childish adoration here. It's coming up in reverse here for Ariana Grande. He's getting the Nine of Cups here. It's also coming up in reverse. Usually this is the wish fulfillment card, but this coming up in reverse makes me feel like um, things have not this is not a something he wants. This is not something he has even wished for. And then we also have the Three of Swords coming up here in the middle. So this to me makes me feel like yeah, there's no connection here. There's probably not even remotely a taste of any of that here. We're gonna look at the underlying energies. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit card, and the Two of Wands as well. Now, here's the other thing I wonder too. So I know Ariana Grande, or at least I believe Ariana Grande has been working in Europe. Is that Britain? I think she's been working in Britain because of the Oz movie or whatnot. Um, and I believe if I'm not misled, Aaron Taylor Johnson's wife, her home base is in Europe somewhere. I don't know if they're British. I don't know if they're in Britain or anything like that. But I don't know why the Two of Wands, something about like long distance makes me feel like, oh, this isn't gonna work because of long distance with the Two of Wands coming up in reverse here. Like that's already putting a thing. This makes me feel like, no, we're gonna stay with the Hermit card. This makes me feel like, oh, nope, stay in your perspective corners. That is this is not gonna work. It's nothing like that. Let it go. Don't think about it. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it just makes me feel like even financially, there's no connection here. Four of Swords. Yeah, Four of Wands, Five of Swords. No. Um, Something about this makes me feel like Aaron is very much happy where he is with his wife. This also with this Four of Swords in particular with the Five of Swords makes me feel like this is more so on Ariana Grande's side of like maybe she's going through like a brief cleanse or a brief break, keeping a little bit to herself again with this Hermit card, with this Four of Swords. It kind of makes me feel like yogi energy. Like, let me meditate, let me stay to myself, let me, go inward. And then I think she's like, I think there may also be a thing here of like, let me not jump into something else so soon with everything that's been going on with her public image here. Um, Let me see if I can get something more focused on Ariana Grande's energy. Okay. What I get here, Princess of Swords for her. Princess of Swords. And she also have Eight of Discs coming up in reverse. What does she feel like she has not reached in her career right now? Yeah, something makes me feel. I want to say revival of some sorts, but it could be like maybe she's going on a spiritual journey, or again, this kind of makes me think of somebody who's going celibate or cleansing a little bit here. Yep, the star card makes this makes me feel like she's kind of being not a recluse in that sense, because I don't want to say that I feel like that's too strong of a word, but I do think she's probably staying a little bit more to herself at this time. Like I think she feels like right now is more beneficial for her to stay to herself. Let's see, what's more energy? What's more cards we get on irritating the jobs? Let's see if I can get one more card here. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't know if he's about to go through like a streak of movies here. There's a lot of projects he's getting ready to do. That's what I thought of with the Six of Wands. This is usually like resting on your laurels, sitting in your victory, kind of feeling yourself. But something about this makes me feel like maybe he's going to be in a string of at least auditions for stuff, or in a string of movies. Maybe he's going to be in a project series or something like that, or maybe a show that's probably going to help him. I don't know. Something about that is coming up for me with the Six of Wands. And then you also have the High Priestess coming up here in reverse. This makes me feel like you're not trusting your instincts. Something maybe you don't know quite yet. Not trusting something. Or is this like, does he not trust her? I don't know. What additional cards can I get here for him? Queen of Wands and the Prince of Disc here. I don't know. Something makes me feel like he's really career focused. What's this underlying card? Princess of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I don't know. Something makes me feel like he's more so focused on his career. I would have to say overall, no, I don't think there's a connection here. I would say if there is any, there's no romantic. Let me be clear. There's no romantic connection here. To me, this feels more so of like maybe this is business, this is work. I think he is very much happy where he is in his relationship. I don't think he's trying to rock the boat. I think Ariana Grande is going through a bit of a celibacy cleanse or something like that. She's going through a emotional or physical cleanse, maybe a little bit. She's staying a little bit more to herself, and I think she's working on things with her career. I think they're both focusing on their career right now, upcoming projects, those kind of things. I don't think either one of them are looking at each other in that kind of sense. I do want to see kind of if we can get a bit more on the energy between them before I close this out. Yeah, what's this? Okay, I have two here. Yeah, the Fool. This makes me feel like, no, I'm not taking risks. You have the Three of Wands. This makes me feel like, no, they're kind of going separate directions. Maybe they are going to be working on an upcoming project. Again, something about this makes me feel like they're just probably working on a project. Or maybe they're kind of doing like a business acquaintance thing here. The Fool makes me feel like I'm not taking a risk at this point, with it coming up in reverse. So I'm going to have to say this is a no-no. Look, even the Two of Justice coming up in reverse here, the Temperance card and the Three of this. Yeah, this makes networking. This is networking. Three of disc. Three of disc all day. This is a networking thing. A business dealing or something like that that's happening here. So maybe we're going to get an announcement about an upcoming project, and maybe that's why they're not saying anything, because it's like, okay, well, we don't even know if this is greenlit or anything yet. We were just talking about it. Maybe we're just making connections. Again, networking, in that kind of sense. Maybe she was even, it could have been something as innocent as like asking, hey, well, how do you like your experience here in Britain? I don't know how deep their relationship or friendship is, if there's one there, but it could have just been something as simple as that. That's coming up here. I do not see this being romantic at all. So, yeah, this is pretty straight to the point, you guys. I don't see anything there. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you like this reading, give it a thumbs up. If you have a reading you would like to see me do in the future, also leave that in the comment section. If you don't have a suggestion for tarot reading, or if you don't have anything additional to add to this reading, leave an emoji down in the comment section just to help out with the algorithm. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, Jesus, and selecting it to all so you can see the next time I upload. With that, wishing you all a great night or day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.